5th March NEET exam, the first viral video of a possible leak surfaced on the 3rd of May. 5th of May, the exam was conducted, and probably 5th or 6th of May is when the FIR was registered by the Bihar police. I want to ask you, we're sitting on the 20th of June and still waiting for action to be taken. Why is it taking so long?
First of all, Navika, let me at the outset candidly admit that there has been institutional failure at the end of the NTA. And therefore, every loophole, every action, every strongest, sternest action that needs to be taken to make our examination system zero error will be taken and will be done. And since you asked about the technical reason as to why there was a delay in this case, you would see that yesterday the NET exam was cancelled immediately because that matter was not pending before any court of law. Because there was no impedance of a court of law, therefore, when the government at the slightest indication was in the position to immediately cancel and to even give it to the CBI. In this particular matter, the students had approached the Supreme Court very early on. And because the Supreme Court had immediately taken cognizance, one cannot bypass the Supreme Court. Even then, minute-to-minute updates as to what is happening in the various probes has been taken to cognizance. But let me make a couple of points, not just as a spokesperson of BJP, but also as a student, because amongst the panelists, I'm the youngest here. I've given exams and I've topped some, although some of the other people who share my surname may not be able to say the same. Having said that, let me tell you that there was a time when this country saw CA exam paper leak, AIEEE paper exam leak. This country saw CLAT exam paper leak, B.Ed paper leak. We've seen 48 paper leaks in Uttar Pradesh. We've seen the Ayog Adhyaksh being kicked out by the High Court. We've seen all of those positions. What was done over the last 5-6 years was that multiple agencies, no accountability, was streamlined. Many of the examinations, for example, NEET exam was asked by the Supreme Court to be conducted by the NTA, perhaps because it saw something good in the NTA, not because it wanted a scam to perpetrate. I don't blame the Supreme Court for that. Thereafter, there was an expansion of centers so that even those who are studying in the villages get an opportunity to participate. 660 plus centers were opened, 13 languages, women participation was increased. The syllabus was made simpler so that more people without coaching can approach the exams and can have it without coaching. I understand that must have caused a pain to a lot of people even sitting here. Having said that, all I'm saying is today that let the Supreme Court say whatever it needs to in this matter. We will follow that. We will also follow what the high-level committee says. But I have just one question to ask. All of these things done, does it justify Priyanka Vadra sharing a fake video of Ayushi Patel, which has already been ruled upon by the courts? Why is there not an apology or removal of that tweet? Second point, Rahul Gandhi took the stand. He in fact said that chappal pad rahe hain, Pradhan Mantri ko unki 56 inch ki chhati shrink ho gayi. If he's justifying this, then maybe he's justifying the assassination of his grandmother and his father. I don't know if that is the case. But having said that, he should answer just one question. If he's with the students, why is he with Tejaswi Yadav, whose clear connection through Preetam and through the other functionaries in this entire misfeasance in Bihar has been established?
But the room Shehzad Poonawalla, let's get facts in a straight
Let's get the facts. Let's talk about the facts.
I'm happy to. The politics of it and why, who did what is fair enough.
No.
I'm sure my panelists in the studio will go
one
take
word
a go
where
at
I
each
spoke
other.
of politics.
No, but
one word.
No, you raised the question of Priyanka, Rahul Gandhi. Fair
That's
question.
not politics.
Fair question.
That's not politics.
The question no, 1 minute. The question I'm asking you, Shehzad Poonawalla, is that it's been 1.5 months since the first FIR was registered. What is the action taken so far?
Yeah.
NTA was an agency that was supposed to be autonomous and streamline the examination process. You are admitting that the NTA has completely sloppily botched up this entire exam. What are you waiting for in the government to take action on the NTA, which is playing around with the future of 25 lakh students in this case? They've cancelled an exam of NET yesterday. Here, NEET exams for 1.5 months. We haven't seen any action being taken. Pray. Can we have some answers for the students, because they're really not interested on any politics surrounding this issue?
First of all, Navika, when I spoke of Priyanka, I spoke on the back of a High Court order. So therefore, if the High Court is not doing politics, then how can I be accused of doing politics? Should I not quote a High Court order? The High Court said, Ayushi Gupta is a fake. She submitted forged documents. Have I said this? Has Shehzad Poonawalla, Narendra Modi said it? Point 2. You said FIR was filed. Who filed the FIR? The Bihar government. Bihar government belongs to whom? बीजेपी जेडीयू, दैट मीन्स वी डिडंट वांट टू हाइड करना होता तो हम एफआईआर ही नहीं करते ना, होने दो जो हो रहा है, कैसे पता चलता? आप जो भी कोट कर रही हो, जो भी फैक्ट्स बोल रही हो, बिहार के एफआईआर पे बोल रही हो ना. दिस इज द ट्रांसपेरेंसी ऑफ नरेंद्र मोदी गवर्नमेंट और आवर एलाई गवर्नमेंट. एंड लास्टली, यू सेड व्हाई आरंट वी टेकिंग एक्शन ऑन दिस एंटायर इशू. I told you, as opposed to the NET issue, which is not before a court, the NEET issue is before the Supreme Court. Do you accept that? Do you want us to go beyond the Supreme Court? Then the Supreme Court, you know, the Supreme Court has not even stayed the counseling till now. Please tell me if I'm lying. If I'm lying, Navika, आज आप मुझे चाबुक से मारो. क्या काउंसलिंग रोकी गई है सुप्रीम कोर्ट के द्वारा आज की तारीख में? अभी तक नहीं. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जिसमें काउंसलिंग नहीं रोकी. अब मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूं, क्योंकि मैं जिया है मैंने. एक किसान का बेटा मेरिट लाया है, पहली बार उसके यहाँ सेंटर खुला, उसने एग्जाम दी, उसका मेरिट आया. मैंने आबड़ दोबड़ में बिना सुप्रीम कोर्ट की बात सुने सब कुछ कैंसिल कर दिया, जैसे आप चाहती है. वो किसान के बेटे को कौन जवाब देगा? मैं जवाब दूं. और आखिरी बात, मैं आखिरी बात कहना चाहता हूं, और अब मैं राजनीति करना चाहता हूं, क्योंकि प्रीवियस शो में तहसीन पूनावाला ने बोला है इस इशू पर राजनीति होनी चाहिए. मैं सुनता हूं 8 बजे का शो तो और देखता हूं मैं आपका. मैं सिर्फ इतना पूछना चाहता हूं कि 20 पेपर लीक हुए थे राजस्थान में, और पेपर लीक करने वाला मास्टरमाइंड भारत जोड़ो यात्रा में था. सुरेश ढाका को सलमान खुर्शीद ने प्रोटेक्ट किया था. ये लोग किस मुंह से बोल रहे हैं? ये लोग किस मुंह से बोल रहे हैं?